The locker room reeked faintly of perfume and sweat, the chaotic aftermath of a Friday night pep rally. Pom-poms and gym bags were scattered across the benches, the tiled floor gleaming under the harsh fluorescent light. Jessica, captain of the cheerleading squad, sat cross-legged in front of her locker, brushing her long blonde ponytail, the one feature she'd been known for since middle school. That hair wasn't just vanity, it was her pride, a shimmering banner that whipped through the air with every jump and twist, earning her the nickname, Gold Streak, on the squad. But that afternoon, 3 girls lingered longer than usual, whispering in a corner. They weren't strangers, 2 were juniors from the team, jealous of Jessica's spotlight, and the third was a girl who had been cut during tryouts. Their snickers echoed off the tiles, mean and venomous. Jessica didn't notice them at first, lost in her own rhythm of brushing. That's when the metallic click of clippers cut through the silence. She froze. A sharp draft tickled the back of her neck. Before she could even turn, one of the girls lunged behind her, yanking her ponytail tight like reins. The others howled with laughter as the buzzing machine inched closer. Jessica's heart thudded in her chest, shock turning into a surge of disbelief. They were really going to do it, hack off her hair, her crown, her symbol of pride, just for cruelty. The first strands fell. She felt the weight of her ponytail tugged, the vibration of the clippers scraping close to her scalp. Gasps echoed in the locker room as the attackers squealed with triumph. Jessica's reflection in the locker mirror showed wide eyes, rage boiling under the surface. For one frozen second, humiliation burned hotter than fire in her veins. Then something inside her snapped. She surged up from the bench, ripping free from the grip, adrenaline coursing like a storm. The laughter died instantly. Jessica didn't speak. She didn't need to. Her eyes, darkened with fury, said everything. The clippers buzzed again, one of the girls charging at her like it was a game. But this wasn't a game anymore. With a blur of motion born from her years of cheer stunts and martial arts training she had kept quiet about, Jessica spun. Her sneaker whipped through the air in a flawless roundhouse kick. The clippers went flying, clattering across the tiled floor, sparking briefly as they died against the wall. The girls froze, mouths open, the sound of the machine's death rattle ringing in the silence. Jessica stood tall, her ponytail ragged but still alive, her chest rising and falling like a fighter in the ring. Her voice, low and razor-sharp, cut the air. Try that again, see what happens. The fear in their eyes was the first victory she'd tasted that night. And it wouldn't be the last. The locker room had fallen silent after the clippers hit the wall, but Jessica wasn't finished. Her pulse thundered in her ears, her body a coil of steel and fire. She took one deliberate step forward, sneakers squeaking on the tile. The 3 bullies stumbled back, their earlier smugness unraveling like cheap thread. You think cutting my hair makes you powerful? Jessica's voice was steady, each word like a blade. All it does is show how weak you are. The ringleader tried to recover, her voice shaky. We were just joking. But Jessica's glare made her choke on the lie. The half-cut strands of her golden ponytail clung to her shoulder like battle scars, proof of what they'd tried to steal. Jessica crouched down and picked up the clippers. She weighed them in her hand, the hum still faintly vibrating through the handle. Then, with a flick of her wrist, she snapped the cord against the edge of the bench. Sparks fizzled out. The message was clear. This weapon of humiliation was now nothing but broken trash. You should remember this, Jessica continued, her voice tightening like a drumbeat. You don't get to take from me. Not my hair, not my pride, not ever. Her stance wasn't just defensive anymore, it was commanding, the stance of a leader reclaiming her ground. The girls, suddenly stripped of their cruelty, looked small, cornered by a storm they had unleashed. Jessica grabbed her gym bag and slung it over her shoulder. But before leaving, she leaned close enough for them to hear her final words. Next time you think about hurting someone, remember how fast I put you on the floor without even trying. Then she walked out, her ponytail still swaying, shorter, jagged, but undefeated. The other cheerleaders, who had been silent witnesses, exchanged looks of awe. For years, they'd only known Jessica as the smiling, graceful leader, the perfect captain who kept everything polished. But in those moments, they saw something more, steel beneath the silk, fire beneath the smile. By Monday, the story had spread like wildfire across the school. Did you hear? Jessica kicked the clippers across the locker room. She took down 3 girls at once. She's not just a cheerleader, she's a fighter. And though gossip always twisted details, one thing was constant, no one ever dared reach for her hair again. Her ponytail might never look the same. But Jessica had discovered something far more powerful than her golden streak, the strength to fight back, and the unshakable truth that no one could cut away who she really was.